So hello, Mr. Mark.
How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Good.
We're hanging out in a closet in the backstage of Coco right now.
We'll be coming out of the closet soon.
Oh, I've been out of the closet for a long time.
So how's the tour been going?
Tour's good, man. Turnouts have been good. Fans have been coming out and enjoying themselves. I'm probably going to be repeating myself, but I've been hearing so many people saying how much they didn't get the record, but they wanted to come to the show anyway because they're still a fan, and then they see us play the new stuff, and they're like, I really understand it now. Like, it makes sense, and it's good to hear because I mean, I don't want to say that I already knew it was going to happen, but it's like people were going to have a hard time understanding the new record, and then come see it live and be like, oh yeah, like Suicide Silence was a good band, like they don't suck, so all the new stuff comes off real well, and it's good to be playing those songs because fucking record's been out for a year, or record's been done for us for a year, and we're just now playing these songs, so it's like fucking forever. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So it must have been like keeping a little secret to yourselves, and you're just like, we can't do anything with it.
Big time. It was like, didn't really know how to talk about it because we do it so different. So it's like, just not talk about it. Wait till the record comes out. The first time that anybody knew or heard anything that it was going to be different was when Alex did that interview and said 70% of the record's clean vocals, and it was like everybody went crazy. It's like, all right, there it is. That's the beginning of it. So. Yeah, and I mean, today's Eddie's birthday, and that's when we realized, because we entered the studio 2 days after his birthday, his birthday was 2 days into the studio, so we were just starting to record the record 1 year ago today. So the record's been basically done for that long. So
okay.
It's cool. So now we're out on tour, fucking doing the damn thing. It feels good.
Cool, man. So was it always kind of from the word go that it was going to be this kind of sound that you were after?
Well, that's what makes it a difficult thing, because for the most part, I would think that most bands, when you start, this is just from experience. Every band I've ever been in, it's like, all right, you like this band, and you like this band, and I like this band, so let's make a band that sounds like these bands. And I remember Slipknot, Decapitated, and Cannibal Corpse and Korn were those bands that we would always throw around when we first started playing. And as the years went on, we would listen to our music and be like, I don't even hear, we shouldn't be saying we're trying to write songs or music that sounds like other bands. We should just make music the way we want to make it. Why even have comparisons to other bands? So with this record, it was no, we weren't looking for a sound. We didn't go, all right, we know what we want, we're going to do it. It was more we're going to go into this and have no idea what we're going to do. And just go in and jam and write music, and whatever comes out, comes out. So it's the sound was never, we didn't know what it was going to be. We just knew that we were going to pretty much try and ignore the fear of people potentially not liking it. Because why? That's hard for fans to understand. It's we're just in a unique, strange situation of being in a band for as long as we have, and either just going with emotions and writing a record another heavy record, where we always say, no, let's not do that, let's not do this, we got to do this, or people won't like it. It's why not just do the shit? Fuck it. I mean, if more musicians and bands decided to potentially write music that people didn't like, I think they would probably test their abilities and advance their all-around approach to writing music. If you write something and people don't like it, you're probably going to learn more from that than you did if you wrote something and people fucking loved it.
Okay, it's interesting.
Yeah, we think about that shit all the time, though. I mean, I look at our situation as being very unique, being, young kids when we first started this, teenagers, touring the world. First time I was in England, I was 18, on our own dime, flew ourselves here, booked our own shows, did all this shit, and then fast forward 8 years later, our singer dies, and we get another singer. It's that already puts me in a place where I'm this is a fucking weird band we're in. This is a very unique story. So just, you know, going into writing this record, it's like, let's just make this, let's keep the weirdness going, let's keep it wild, unpredictable. You know, there's only, you only live once. That's something we've always lived by. You only live once, fucking test the shit, you know, like, challenge yourself. Don't be afraid to fucking piss some people off. Fuck it.
Okay. So do you think kind of like, you know, the media and all that sort of stuff are kind of exploiting that a little bit?
Well, I think that it's a perfect time. I think the media in general, you know, wants to exploit the exploitable. Anything that can create, you know, attention to their website or ratings on their news channels. You know, we're talking beyond metal media. It's basically the same mentality as a kid going online and saying something extremely mean to an artist that they like, knowing that it's going to get their attention. So it's like the media is like saying something about Suicide Silence in some sort of way. People right now are like paying attention and feeding into it. It's cool if it's something that is reasonable within, you know, a headline, but I think, yeah, like, I mean, I've spoken on it before, like, I think it's fucked up that, you know, someone put up something and said that fans are petitioning to not have our record come out. Yeah. Someone made a news story out of Alex being drunk and going on Twitter and calling out fans, where it's like, dude, like, you're
just making news about nothing.
Yeah, you're just making shit up and creating things for people to go in, and it does create like a more negative on the internet than it does in real life, and that's why it feels good to be out on tour and meeting the fans and having them come out and talk to them and see how people are really feeling, because more often than not, people are not going to go on the internet and just like sit there and defend a bunch of stuff. If people are saying, fuck you, you idiot, you have terrible taste in music, you don't know shit, it's like, okay, I'm not ever going to comment again. Like,
yeah. So was this, you know, kind of, I remember when we spoke to Eddie, and he said that the recording process was quite therapeutic. What was the process like for you?
Well, that's, the way that the process was so together that everyone was really having a similar experience. So, and being, you know, going back to how we went into the record and not really knowing where we were going to end up, having these songs come together and then having the meaning of the songs and the lyrics and all of us being there working on these songs, you know, in the same room together, it was more therapeutic and more of a real process than any other record we've been a part of. Because usually we don't necessarily sit and talk about like the theme of the lyrics or like certain little intricacies of it where we all were involved in this. It made us all connect to the songs in the same way. So previous records, maybe I would like a song because I have a sick guitar solo on it, you know what I mean? But now it's like, you know, oh, I love that song, it has a sick guitar solo, but like the lyrics of the song are so good, and like the way that, you know, we all worked together on putting it together, and how everything was, you know, just was done was, it was a true, you know, collaboration, and you could feel how much we all cared about it. So, and, you know, recording with Ross was like, he's a huge inspiration and someone that we've always been like, oh, I'll work with that guy one day. Just being in there and then being like with him and him with us and getting to know him and everything like that, that was just huge. It was just such a good feeling. So the whole process was almost like exactly what it needed to be and more, you know, it couldn't have been more perfect. It's really good.
Okay, because there's, you know, I've listened to the record and, you know, a lot of people are saying it's very different, but if you actually listen to it, it's not. That's what I don't understand.
That's what I think that is going to either catch or not, and I can't sit here and tell people to sit and listen to the record 5 times, but it's like, go listen to it. Don't just like say you can't handle it and turn off the song because you couldn't listen to it all the way through. Like, that's kind of also an approach to the way we recorded it. Like, we wanted it to be so harsh and so raw and so like sound like you're sitting in a room with us playing, you know, that it's bringing you to a moment. It's bringing you to where we were, and that isn't exactly easy to sit and listen to. I know that. I know that it's an experimental, harsh record, way more harsh than any of our other shit. And our other shit is just brutal and blast beats and crazy and heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like this. It's like it's going to require you to really decide if you like it or not. Like if you just decide you don't like it right away, then you're not going to listen to it. But if you want to open your mind and sit with it and listen to it, I'm pretty sure you'll find something that you like, or see that it's like, oh wait, this is Suicide Silence still. Like
Totally.
yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you very much, Mark.
Yeah, thank you.